विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everybody. Today is our chapter 12. So this is our chapter 12 called Bhakti Yoga. Om Agyana Chimirandasya, Gyananjana Shalakya, Chakshur Unmidhamina, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitamina Mudre, Swayam Rupakadamaham Dadach Swapadanchakam, Vandaham Shri Guru Shri Tupadakamalam, Shri Guru Vaishnavascha, Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Rakhnakam Nitam Tam Sajivam, Sadvaitam Swatutam Harijana Sehitam, Krishna Chaitanya Devam, Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishwakantamscha. He Krishna Purnachin Pudinvatam Chakate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangira Taurinda Vineshwari, Vrishapana Sudadevi Pranamami Hripriye, Vanchakal Paturbhyascha Kripa Svikvevacha, Patitanam Bhavane Vyavashnavya Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanande Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavanji Paschimta Dashtane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Asadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to all of you. Thanks that you came. Today is our chapter 12, and chapter 12 is called Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. Arjuna Vacha Evam Satata Yuktaye Bhaktasvam Paripasate Yechapi Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha. Chetna Krishna Prabhu, can you read? Kushmat, will you read?
Hare Krishna. Arjuna inquired, which is considered to be more perfect, those who are properly engaged in your devotional service or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Hare Krishna.
So Arjuna is asking from Krishna, so what is better? What is the most perfect? Those people who do devotional service towards you, so those who engage in devotional service to you, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman. So there are some people who think that God doesn't have form. So he is like impersonal. He doesn't have form. It's just some light or some energy there or some power. So such people worship to impersonal Brahman, to that energy or to some light. But this light is not independent from Krishna. This light is included in Krishna's personality. So this light is included in him. And there are another people who worship to personal form of Krishna. So Arjuna is asking, so what is better to, if people worship to your impersonal form or if people worship to your personal form? And what do you think is better, impersonal, to worship impersonal Brahman or to do devotion service to Krishna? Which is most perfect, which is correct here? Do you know?
Devotional service?
Yes, Master, devotion service. Devotion service is best. See here, Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotion service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested, Bhagavad Gita 12.1. So you can see here, who is this personality here sitting on the floor? If you know, please raise your hand. So who is sitting on the floor here? If you know, please raise your hand. Okay, no. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in Kali Yuga 500 years ago to propagate Hare Krishna mantra. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting, and once this person, his name is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya once asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come to his home. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was impersonalist, so he was worshipping to impersonal Brahman. And he had 10,000 students, disciples. So once he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come to his home, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived to his home. And when he came, so Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's students also came to that place. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started discussing with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And at the end, he proved to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that the devotion service is the best. So he proved to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that to do devotion service is best. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be his guru, and Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him as his student. And all Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya students also became students of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all 10,000 people, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya students, they also accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their guru, and he accepted them as his disciples. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Mai Aveshya Manoye Mam Nityayukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayo Petas Temeyukta Tamamadaha. Purva Mataji.
The blessed Lord said, "He whose mind is fixed on my personal form, always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith, is considered by me to be most perfect." Hare Krishna.
Krishna said that people who worship my personal form, whose mind is fixed on my personal form, and who always engage in worshiping me with great and transcendental faith, is considered to be the most perfect. So people who worship personal form of Krishna, so they are best, so they're most perfect. And also those who do devotion service to Krishna. So you can see here this devotee, he is dressing the beads here. So he's changing Krishna's clothes. So he's putting new clothes on him. So that's also one of the services which devotee can do. And there are so many services which we can do. So one of them is chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Then we also can listen to Bhagavad Gita, think about Krishna, remember about Krishna, and we also can pray to Krishna also. And we also can offer food to Krishna, and we also can offer to Krishna Pataram Pushpam Prantoyam, so we can offer to him tulsi leaf, flower, fruit, and water. And there are so many nice services you can do. Rishabh can read.
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all pervading, inconceivable, fixed, and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. Hare Krishna.
So, but if people worship to the impersonal Brahman, unmanifested, and impersonal conception of the absolute truth, so such people at last achieve me. So it's very, very difficult to achieve Krishna by doing meditation or by worshiping impersonal Brahman. So Krishna is not recommending this point to us. So we should do personal service to Krishna. So we should worship to Krishna's personal form. And you can see here also, by practicing yoga, people try to stop the mind from thinking, but it's impossible. The goal of life is not to become unconscious, but to become super conscious. So you can see, so by practicing yoga, people want to stop their mind from thinking. But that's not possible. Mind is always very active and wants to think about so many different things. But the goal of life is not to become unconscious, but to become super conscious. So we should develop our eternal Krishna consciousness which we have. So we have natural Krishna consciousness and we should develop it. Klesho atitarastesham avyak asakta chetasam avyakta higatir dukham dehavan avapyate. Simran Mataji.
Hare Krishna. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Hare Krishna.
So those whose minds are attached to the manifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. So if we think about impersonal feature of Krishna, for us, it will be very, very difficult to get advancement. It will be very difficult for us. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. So it's very, very difficult. Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha ananyanaiva yogena mam yayanta upasate teshamaham samaudarta vichu samsara sagarat bhavaminacharat partha mai aveshita chetasam. Vanyamataji.
For one who worships me, giving up all his activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, who has fixed his mind upon me, O son of Partha, for him I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radhika. So if we worship Krishna, giving up all our activities unto Krishna. So if we worship Krishna and if we surrender all our activities to Him, if we give all results from our activities to Krishna, and if we become Krishna's devotees, we will become engaged in devotional service and always meditating or thinking about Krishna. If our mind will become fixed on Him, so Krishna will become our deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So Krishna will come and help us. So He'll save us. So you can see here, so this devotee, he is drowning in an ocean, and Krishna came and saving him. So when we have trouble, we should pray to Krishna, and Krishna will come and help us. And you can see our life, we also can compare to ocean, material ocean, which is very, very dangerous. And you cannot, and it is such an ocean which you cannot surpass by our own effort. Nobody can surpass the whole ocean. So in the same way, we should ask Krishna for help, and He'll come and help us. He will save us from that ocean of birth and death. So it's also the same thing here. They were just asking Krishna for help, and Krishna came and saving him here. And now Krishna is explaining about types of Bhakti Yoga. So this is first type. Mai eva mana addatsva, mai buddhim niveshaya, nivashishishi mai eva, ata urdvamna samshayaha. Chetan, unmute Chetan upon mute. Pushmasri.
Hare Krishna. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
So we should fix our mind on Krishna and engage all our intelligence in Krishna and exactly live in Krishna without doubt. So this is first type, Ananya Bhakti. It's when person is completely fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So he's completely always totally absorbed in Krishna service. So you can see here, this is in Goloka Vrindavana here. So Krishna is sitting accompanied by his friends, and all of them are totally fully absorbed in Krishna. Atachitam samadatum nashakna shimai sthiram abhyasa yogina tato mam ichaptum dhananjaya. Purvamachari.
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, you will develop a desire to attain to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna said, if for you Ananya Bhakti is difficult, so you can do Sadhana Bhakti Yoga. So you can practice following the regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga. So you can live a regulated way of life, and you also can follow regulated principles and rules. Just like all devotees are doing. So they're following Sadhana Bhakti, and they're worshiping the deities, they're singing to them, dancing in front of them, and they also do a lot of different services for them. So that's called Sadhana Bhakti, when person is doing a regulated way of life. So Krishna said, if for you Ananya Bhakti is difficult, you can do Sadhana Bhakti. Abhyasa api asamartho asi mat karma paramo bhava madartam api karmani kurvan siddhim avapsisi. Risha Prabhu, read.
If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna said, even if Sadhana Bhakti Yoga for you is difficult, so then you can work for me. So just work for me, and like that will come to the perfect stage. So just do some work for Krishna. And it's called Nishkama Karma Yoga. When person does some work for Krishna, just like you can see here. So this person, he's constructing temple for Krishna. Ataitat api ashakto asi kartum mad yogam ashritaha sarva karma palatyagam tatah kuru yatatmavan. Simran Mataji.
Hare Krishna. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
So Krishna said, even if you cannot work for me, so then you can give up all the results of your work to me and try to be self-situated. So you can do some charity. And so you can see here, this is Krishna. So when Krishna appeared, his father Nanda Maharaj, he gave a lot of charity to his guests. So he gave a lot of clothes, a lot of jewelry, a lot of cows also as well. When Krishna appeared. And this is called Sakama Karma Yoga. Okay, the last ones. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj jnanam vishishate jnanat karma palatyagas tyaga chantir anantaram. Vanmashi.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Hare Krishna.
So if you cannot give even charity, so then you can engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. So you can learn the knowledge. If you cannot do charity, you can learn knowledge. But better than knowledge, however, is meditation. You can think of Krishna, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. So you can also practice dhyana, meditation, or last one is jnana. So now Krishna is going to speak about devotees who are very, very dear to him. Ushmat Shri.
Hare Krishna, one who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
So one who is not envious but a kind friend to all living entities. So envy basically means it is spirit of competitorship. So when people would like to compete with another, so this is called envy. So we should try to give up our envy character, and we should try to become kind friend to everybody. So we should try to give up our envy character. And who does not think himself a proprietor. So we should not consider ourselves as a proprietor because we are not proprietor. Nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the supreme controller and he's also all proprietor. Everything belongs to Krishna. And we also belong to Krishna. And is free from all false ego. So we should try to be free from our false ego. Our false ego will be. So we should try to become free from it and we should try to become humble. Who is equal in both happiness and distress? Who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and gives solution. So determination is my message to remind me. Yes, like that. So we should try to cultivate these qualities. Purguman Shri.
He for whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anxiety, who is steady in happiness and distress, is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
So you can see here, this is Lord Shiva, and this is his wife Parvati. So she's sitting on Lord Shiva's lap, and Lord Shiva is explaining Srimad Bhagavatam to great sages here. So great sages are sitting here and they're listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is explained by Lord Shiva. And nobody considered this as offense because this little bit unusual way of explaining Srimad Bhagavatam, but nobody considered this as offense. But you can see here this airplane is in the sky, and one devotee is sitting in that airplane. So he is a very great devotee of Krishna. So he was friend to Lord Shiva, and he wanted to say few words to Lord Shiva. So he asked him, so why are you explaining Srimad Bhagavatam in this way? So why Mother Parvati is sitting on that? And so he wanted to say like that, but he didn't want to offend anybody. And nobody considered it as offense, but only Parvati became very hurt when she heard that this thing. So she told to him, why are you speaking like that? So become demon. And he left the airplane and came to Parvati, and he said, okay, Mother, so I'm accepting that. And he became demon a little later. Rishabh Prabhu.
A devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and who does not strive for some result, is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
So you can see this is a story about Bilva Mangal Thakur. So this is our Bilva Mangal Thakur. So Bilva Mangal Thakur before he used to visit one prostitute every day. So he used to come to her every day. But once it was very, very huge rain, very, very big rain. But he wanted to meet her again in that day. So he left, and he also came to the river, and the river was overflowed. But he surpassed this river anyway, and he came to the tree. He almost came to her house. So he climbed the tree. In that tree there were so many poisonous snakes, but still he climbed the tree and jumped into the room. So, and she was very, very surprised when he came to her house at that time. So she asked him, so why you came at that very late time at that time? And so Bilmangu Thakur replied to her, I came to meet you, so I want to visit you. And the prostitute replied to him, so you became so much attracted by my bodily features, but why shouldn't you become attracted by Krishna? And Bilmangu Thakur accepted this seriously, so he decided to worship Krishna. So he wanted to go to Vrindavan to worship Krishna. So he left here and went to Vrindavan. So, but by the way, he met one couple, one man and woman, so husband and wife. So he became attracted by that woman. So he came to them and asked from the husband, can you give me your wife for one night? And that man gave. So they both left. Bilwangu Thakur and that woman left together. But on the way, Bilwangu Thakur understood that I'm doing something wrong, so that is not good. So he asked from her comb, so she took comb from her hair and gave it to him. So he removed both his eyes with that comb. So he became completely blind. And he himself alone went to Vrindavan and started worshipping to Krishna. And Krishna every day used to come and feed Bilwangu Thakur, so he used to give him food personally. Krishna used to come himself and give him food. Simran Machi, can you please read?
Hare Krishna. One who neither grasps pleasure or grief, who neither laminates nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
So devotee who does not grasp pleasure or grief, neither laments nor desires, who renounces both suspicious and auspicious things, is very dear to Krishna. So you can see this is Prahlad Maharaj. This is Prahlad Maharaj, and he's very great devotee of Krishna. But his father, Hiranyakashipu, didn't like that Prahlad Maharaj was worshipping to Krishna, so he wanted to give him a lot of troubles, a lot of problems. So he used to throw Prahlad Maharaj from the mountain. Demons used to attack Prahlad Maharaj with weapons. He was put into jail with poisonous snakes. He was put into prison with poisonous snakes. So they also made him sit in a fire. So he used to sit in a fire, but nothing happened with Prahlad Maharaj. And now you can see here, so Prahlad Maharaj is sitting in front of Mad Elephant, and Mad Elephant want to crush him. Vanimachi 3.
One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equiposed in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contamination, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and engaged in devotional service is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
And Krishna. So you can see here, this is very great example for this shloka is Ambarish Maharaj. So this is Ambarish Maharaj, and so he used to do fasting. So he was fasting for so many days. So once when he wanted to break his fast, Durvasa Muni came. This is Durvasa Muni. And Durvasa Muni asked him, so let's break this fast together. And Ambarish Maharaj said, okay. And Durvasa Muni went to take bath in the river. But Durvasa Muni was absent for a long time, he didn't come back. And it was already time to break the fast. And Ambarish Maharaj drank water. So if a person that drinks water, it doesn't consider as a, it cannot be considered as a breaking of fast. But when Durvasa Muni returned, he became very angry that Ambarish Maharaj didn't wait with him. And he started shouting at him. So why you didn't wait me? Why you didn't wait for me? Why I drank water? And he created a big, huge demon, large, very, very gigantic demon to kill Ambarish Maharaj. But at that time, Sudarshan Chakra came and it killed the demon and started running after Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni started running away from the Sudarshan Chakra through all the universe. So he was running completely everywhere. He visited so many planets and he wanted to take protection from them. So he asked protection from the Sudarshan Chakra from Rama, but he said, I cannot help you. And from so many different people, and he also came to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva said, I cannot help you, but ask forgiveness from the Ambarish Maharaj, if I'm not mistaken. So Durvasa Muni came to Ambarish Maharaj and asked forgiveness from him. But Ambarish Maharaj didn't consider this as a offense. So no, because of me only, you are running here and there. So I'm not angry with you. And he forgave him. And at that time, Sudarshan Chakra left. And Durvasa Muni started traveling through the universe and he started distributing glories of the Ambarish Maharaj. Vanyamachari.
He who follows this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engages himself with faith, making me the most supreme goal, is very, very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
If one follows this imperishable path of devotion service and who completely engages himself with faith, making this goal is very, very easy to me. So you can see this is Sudama, Brahma Sudama, and it's Krishna. So Krishna and Sudama, they were very, very close friends from their times from Gurukul. So they met each other in Gurukul. So once Sandipani Muni told to Sudama one question, but he couldn't answer it. So same question was asked by Sandipani Muni to Krishna, and Krishna also couldn't give answer. Krishna knows the answer, but it was a pastime. So Sandipani Muni sent them both to forest to bring some wood as a punishment. And his wife gave to them some food. So Krishna and Sudama brought some wood from the forest. And after some time, when they left Gurukul, Sudama became Brahman Sudama, and Krishna became king of Dwarka. And Sudama was a family man, and he had a wife and a lot of children. But he was poor, so he didn't have enough money, and he didn't have enough clothes too. So his wife asked him, "Can you please go to Krishna and ask him for his help, for his grace, at least for sake of our children?" And Sudama didn't want to ask anything from Krishna, but he said okay. And his wife gave to him some poha rice that he will not go with empty hands. And Sudama Muni and Brahma Sudama left. So when he came to Dwarka, guardians didn't permit him to enter the kingdom. And after some time, when Krishna saw him from his balcony, he rushed towards Sudama, and they both entered the kingdom. And Sudama and Krishna started speaking about their childhood pastimes, so how they spent their childhood in Gurukul. And Krishna accepted poha rice from Sudama. But Sudama didn't ask anything from Krishna. And you can see here that Krishna is offering fruits to Sudama, and he himself used to wash Sudama's feet. And Krishna's wife, Rukmini, she is fanning Brahman Sudama with chamara. But Sudama didn't ask anything from Krishna, so he left home. But when he came home, he was very amazed, and he saw instead of his poor hut, it was a very, very beautiful palace, and his wife and children have good clothes to wear and have enough food to eat. So moral of the story is that we should do selfless service to Krishna. We should do selfless service to Krishna. Okay. So Hare Krishna, everybody. This was today our chapter. Thank you to all of you for your attention. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Okay, so we can chant our Krishna mantra. So please unmute yourself and chant. So now we're going to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedantara, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Sundara Govinda. Hare Krishna, everybody. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, or you want to add anything, please raise your hand and unmute. So if you want to say something or you have any questions, please unmute and raise your hand. Okay, so please stop here today. Vancha Kalpataru Vishya, Kripa Sindhu Veva Cha, Patinam Bhavan Vyo Vaishnava Vyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna stand for everybody. Hare Krishna stand for all.